Koto Katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual stuff, and so much more. So this is part of my other stuff and so much more that I do, and it's creating these astrological monthly reads for you. And at the moment, this is the one for Aquarius March 2020. And I just invite you, and I just thank you actually for joining me on my if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, and please subscribe and or like the video if this resonates with you, if it's something that if you like my work. I'm really wanting to build my channel up this year and put more time into it, and that would really help me out if you subscribe and or interact in some way. Also, this is going on to my, if you're watching this on my Facebook page, please give me a thumbs up or a like rather, and or an emoji, whatever, and or leave a comment, that would be really awesome. So I'm always like curious to see how it rolls with people. So don't be shy, and that's okay if you don't either. So let me see, if these are just a reminder that these videos or these readings are general reads, so it may resonate with you. If it does, wonderful. If it doesn't, just leave it out and check out one of your other signs. So like for instance, my sun sign is, I roll with my sun sign and it resonates with me more, and that is Gemini. So, and then I just, if I, my other one, my moon sign for instance is Libra, and my other, my rising sign is another sign, and it's with Venus. So if I my Gemini sign isn't quite resonating with me, then I will check out with the others for more clarification. Otherwise, it's up to you. It's your choice whether you do or not. And let me see. That's all I have to do. I have to remember talk to you about at the moment. So we're just going to get straight into it. So I'm not sure where we're going to go. At the moment, we are going in with this deck, actually. We're more drawn to start off with the Sacred Weave deck. So just getting into your energy, like there's been maybe, you might be feeling a little bit flighty at the moment. And like I said, this video, I'm making it, today is the 2nd of March, Monday the 2nd of March. So you may be that your energy maybe like coming into this month has been a little bit flighty, with a lot of things coming up or come up lately, with like this, what are they going on? There's like toing and froing, and there's too many R's. What am I doing? Where I'm going here? So it's like, oh my gosh, just really settle down and ground your energy, ground yourself. Go out in nature, take a walk, smell the roses, smell the flowers, make sure there's not a bug in there before you do it because it will go up your nose. Been there, done that one, that's why I always say that. And just, take a deep breath, maybe do some, go do some breath work classes, or not, or just, really if you're doing yoga, that's really good for working with your breath, opening up your lungs and breathing fuller, deeper and fuller breaths, and to raise your energy, but just to, let some more oxygen into your bloodstream as well and going to your brain and your head, and it's just like flowing, but it just helps, like doing deep breaths, just taking a deep breath every now and then, and 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, would actually help you settle your energy down. So I'm just shuffling these cards, the Sacred Weave deck. I love these cards. It's like these are the overall energy for this month. Okay, so there may be also something coming up for you that you may be resisting. Okay, that one wants to come out, resisting, because you feel like there's like, oh, hang on a minute. Resisting because you actually don't really fully know what is going on. You're not like listening to your intuition, like your intuition is telling you to go this way, but your head and this other side of you, the logic side of you is saying no, go this way, and which brings them like this fear or this anxiety, which leading to fear or of the unknown, okay, of what could be happening down that way, is like really playing with your energy is playing with your head as well. So they're just like it's about making a decision, and this is about harmony. The theme this month is creating harmony. So you'll see down there the alchemical side, and the red triangle is for earth. So I just feel like that's why we talked about like grounding yourself. So this month, it's number 25 in the deck. So number 2 is for me is about relationships. So there may be relationships coming in or relationships going out. Okay, I wanted to get another one out of your life, but it's about relationships basically. So you may be, like I say, bringing someone in, or you may be letting someone go, but it's all, the learning is about how we relate to people in our lives. What is our relationship about? What does it mean, whether it's a partnership, a friend, or a work relationship, or or a romantic relationship, husband, wife, or child, or whatever, your relationship with people in every which way of your life. How do you relate to them, and what is respond to? So it's about looking within, looking at yourself, and building it as taking responsibility for your part in it as well. So, and see, this one here is endearment. So, and it is upside down, and it's I'm turning it up the right way, up the correct way. And it's number 27, and endearment. I don't know why I saw endearment. It's new endeavours, sorry. And it's number 27 in the deck. I don't know where I got endearment. We'll park that up for now. 27 in the deck. And it's once again about relationships, and with the 2 in there, so that's come up quite strongly about. It's also about the relationship that you have with yourself. How do you treat yourself? So it's about self-care and that sort of thing as well. So, but number 7, that is about, creation and learning that and realizing that you, about yourself being the creator, and, of whatever it is that comes into your life, or whatever that, that you bring into your life, or you walk into in your life, that you are the creator of it. And that, for instance, like manifesting, what is it that you manifest? So a lot of us will use that word, but creator. We are the creator by what we choose to do, and how we choose to act, how we choose to respond, and all that sort of thing, as to what the outcome will be and how that will look. Okay, so now I'm just going to go to these cards here. Now I've shuffled the cards before. I just want to do another little bit of a shuffle. Excuse me, and so something may be not quite sitting right with you at the moment. So, which is what's got you in this bit of a flurry about something or someone, which is brought about something that is like throwing you out basically, in the way that you think about yourself. And this is why it's really important to look within and figure that out. And about maybe a direction that you're wanting to go in, and it's like somebody or something, somebody said something, or something's not panned out right, and you've there's new endeavours in the way that you look at yourself with finance, money, everything. That's something that's going to bring you a little bit more security financially. Oops, there's a few that didn't jump out, so I'll wait for them. I work with them so that they jump out, or nearly pretty much jump out, or close to it. So they'll come back around. So anyway, endearment. So I feel like endearment, why I said that, I thought I'd read it or saw it, but then I saw the E, and then endearment come out. So I feel like what they're trying to say is making sure that you're reading whatever it is properly, okay, well, and reading into it as well, differently, properly, correctly, okay, and not just like being a bit flighty about things, okay. So anyway, or looking at it, well, or taking a quick look at it. You may need to like really like sit down and have a look at some fine papers. No, that's not it. And fine tune it. Almost like, I'm not seeing like going over it like a magnifying glass. Some of you may have some paperwork that you might need to go through, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not seeing a magnifying glass, but I'm seeing like just looking at it properly. Whatever's coming out. Oh, reading the fine print or reading it, and it's, because sometimes you know how you read something and you're reading it and you just read, you see it, but some of the words that you miss, and it's like, actually I might need to like reread that. If you have that feeling that you need to look at it again, you know, or it doesn't make sense, reread it and reread it again, or put it aside and then look at it later, because you might find that actually you've missed a word, or you're thinking, okay, this is, you know, there's that thinking, overthinking as well. It doesn't seem right, but it's just like re-looking at it again, okay? Because I've just seen like looking over it again for some of you. You may have missed a word. So like, for instance, you might see, oh, like somebody, like see a letter that says hi there. It might say actually hi, or what dates do you have in your calendar, or blah, 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 available. But it actually, you may not have seen hi or something like that. You might have just seen hi. And actually it's there, but because you might read it quite quickly through it, you've just seen what you wanted to see, basically, or not so much what you wanted to see, but you've just seen that, and that's it, because you're not focused and not grounded well, okay? That's what I mean by that. So they're just saying slow down, okay, for some of you, and read. It's like reading the fine print, but just slow down and read it properly. Okay, so anyway, so there's some sort of change. And so they're just bringing around around a or bringing about a the energy of harmony, and with these new endeavours that are coming through, and that's kind of what I feel like is when changes that have come through. And it's interesting because I've got this card here is the first card that fell out, and it's a Knight of Swords, and it's like a welcome change. The thing for this is a welcome change that might be disruptive. So, but see, and that's it upside down, but I'm going to turn it around. But see, like it's quite a, it may be welcome, but it might have just come in, like just like come and rushed in, and because you can see like how the wind, how quick it's come in. So there's something that's been really fast that might have happened in the last week or two, or is coming up. See the wind in there? It's just like come through. So it may be that you, because it was upside down, that you may be like resisting it, going against the change, so which is creating this disharmony or this energy, and it's like because which is leaving you like all over the place. And now my energy settled from when I first started. It's a lot clearer, a lot more, feeling more centered and grounded. So this is what they're talking about, is like slowing down and just centering and grounding yourself, taking a breath. So you don't, muck it up, is what I'm hearing. The F word was going to come out, but you know what I mean. And because we have the Five of Cups here, and that's about regret and sorrow. Now, that's up the correct way. But the Knight of Swords, there's that energy, like going with the flow. And with the swords being, it's like just, not going in your head. And not letting things get in your head or in your hair, it's like, so you don't pull your hair out. So it's like stop overthinking things is basically what they're saying, and going with that flow. Because as soon as you start going with the flow, that's when you're going to create this harmony with these new endeavours that are going, that are coming up for you, or that you've just stepped into. So then the Five of Cups is like that's about regret and sorrow. Now that's up the right way. But what I like about this is that you have, you may be going through this. And you may have gone through this, and you may go through this, but I'm seeing see the back, there's two cups standing, only two that are behind, but you're walking away from there. You're turning your back on that. So things are changing, and for that reason is because, and you're not going to let yourself go there for any, because I feel like some of you may feel like, I might regret that, and so there will be sorrow in that. So it's like you're turning around that corner. Some of you, I feel, will just go with it. It might not happen overnight, but it will happen. It might take you a little bit longer. It might be the end of this month. It might be, just like whatever. But I do feel like that with the energy that I'm getting there, and because of that's happened, it's like there's a change of mind that you will have in you, or a change of energy. It's like, you know what, stuff it, I'm just going to go with it. And because or you might get some information that will let you know that actually, or somebody might come to you and say, look, you just, give you some more clues, and like I say, information that will make you realise that actually I just need to go with the flow of it, and no matter what, or because I just don't, you never know what might happen further down the track. There's that sort of energy to it. And then and then the next two cards that fell out is inner courage and strength, and that's the strength card. So, and look at this lion. Look at her. She's this beautiful lion's there. She's got the courage to put her hands in the lion's mouth, and there's strength in there as well. Although the lion's letting her do that, but it just, when we overcome what's in our mind sometimes, and we step past the threshold of what we've projected through to forward thought, through our thoughts, because of the past experiences and limiting belief systems and all that sort of thing. It's like, we start to begin to realise that actually, why the hell not, let's do this. That's the kind of the energy that I'm getting with it. So, and then we have, straight after that is the Ace of Swords. So something must happen, where there's that change, the old order changes is the theme with the Ace of Swords. So there's something new that is beginning to change with the way that you're thinking about stuff, and that, which is so cool. And it's and I just feel like you start to be, obviously have this, start to get the strength and this courage, because you've either seen, experienced, or you've received some information, and you've had a little bit of a zhuzh up with a talk, a pep talk with someone or someones, and it's like encouraged you to like move forward and take up on these new beginnings without or new endeavours, without thinking too much. So there's a new way of thinking about it, which is yay cool. And this one, yay cool, like that, anyway, you know what I mean. And then we have the then these three fell out together, and it's the Temperance card, which is about balance, cooperation, and sharing and balance. That's what, finding that balance within life, within everything, within, and cooperating with the universe, cooperating with others, and giving them a chance or a break, with whatever it is that you're moving into. And just allowing yourself to go with the flow, and it's not trying to control everything or the outcome, and which that it should go this way, but then you change it, that should to, or it could go this way, it could look like that, and hey, let's just roll with it and see where we go with it. So there's that sort of balance in that sort of way. Then we have the Five of Pentacles, and that's about a loss of wealth, or faith, and that's like, there's balance in that side of things as well, like looking, that's why, because these cards fell out together. So there's that, finding that balance in that, and actually maybe you haven't had, maybe it's about being grateful and seeing things different, and like for the situation that you're in. So there's finding that balance in that, and then there's that fear and the within this new endeavour or endeavours that some of you are going with, that there could be a loss of wealth, bringing about a loss of faith, but actually it's like what I'm hearing is turning it around, and with it being with this Temperance card is finding the balance in that, and because on the other side of that we have the Seven of Cups, and which is about daydreams, the theme of that. But in the Seven of Cups, you can see all his dreams. He's having a wee nap on the bench. You can see all of his daydreams, what he's dreaming about, what he would like to have, and what could be happening. But what I'm hearing about, seeing about this, and the energy is like bringing the dreams. You're making your dreams come true. And sometimes we will do have a little bit of a job about how we're going to make something happen. And sometimes, like I say, like what came up before, it might not happen overnight, but it will happen, and we're just taking one step at a time towards them, to creating your dreams come true. and you've got all this amazing energy that is there for you to draw on, with this, you know, fast change, and it's just like letting you know that, you know, just go with it, basically, because there's a lot of movement in here. The next card, and coming into this one, the next card is the Two of Pentacles. So that's Two of Pentacles. It's like, that is like the Pentacles is about, you know, money and possibilities, basically, on that, and potential with that. But there seems to be like some sort of the beginnings of seeing something like within this change, and there is some versatility within the financial side of things. So maybe there is something that, you know, that happens where you start to see, you know, because you've changed your mindset, you're starting to see in your which changes your energy. You're starting to see, well, actually, this is like, this could really happen, because here again there is like new beginnings. You've got the Ace of Cups as well. So there's something new again coming up with that, and it be around your feelings and emotions about it. So, you know, it's like things are really moving with you. There's a lot of growth in this change, you know, this I want to say fast change, massive change in some ways, but fast, that's, you know, brings up can bring up this disruptive feeling. But there's a lot of changes in there, so it's like, but not letting your head get in it. But these new beginnings is, you know, with the way that you are feeling in emotions, you know, because the Cups is about feelings and emotions. It's like helping you, changing the energy of how you feel about that. So things, you know, there's an abundance in that, but in the new beginnings, that it's like, you know, because you've changed the way that you're thinking and feeling. That's kind of where I'm going with that. I think I just repeated myself, so they're just reiterating that. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now she's coming upside down, but there is, you know, but I'm going to turn her up the right way, but I just want to show it to you upside down. And then she's about love of luxury, and so I'm going to turn her up the right way, but she's like, the Queen of Pentacles works hard for her whatever she does, basically, to get her to where she is, you know, in there. So she's worked hard at creating what it is, and working towards that love of luxury that she loves, that luxury that she loves. So she's sitting there on her throne with this amazing, beautiful, large gold pentacle there. And to me, that's all about, it's, you know, everything around her. It speaks abundance, because she's working hard for it. And I'm turning that up the right way, up the correct way, because, you know, change is changing the energy. But that may be where there is a blockage there for you in the way that you're thinking about, you know, working with this abundance, about being hard working, getting there, and am I going to make it, you know, there, and also putting up these negative thoughts. But actually, yes, like, Spirit, of course we can make it, you know, whatever star sign we can do it. We've just got to put some energy into it, and like, it's taking steps towards it. So it's like, and this whole process is like you going through things. Even when I look at myself and what I've done in my business, and not just this business, but the business with my late partner and I were, and, you know, a lot of you out there will see that, you know, it takes a little bit of time. It's like one step at a time. So this is what I feel, and there's a process through that, and this is what I feel is the story is telling you. It's just, you know, going with the emotions. Yes, there's some, you know, a fast change that's whipped around and caught you off guard, but not really. But it's like, yes, and it's like it's here now. So there's an excitement with it. So it's turning that anxiety around and turning it into excitement, because this is something that you wanted. Anyway, this is something that you want. Now it's here. It's like going with it. So, and there are some, you know, there is a process through that, and it's about now you just keep pushing yourself with love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure, of course, but not pushing yourself to the point where you start to overwhelm yourself, but it's challenging yourself to some degree, pushing yourself and making commitments to yourself to get to this point, because, you know, it takes work. It takes work, and it takes hard work at times, and we've got to allow sometimes we've got to, let go of some things, or put some, you know, give up something, sacrifice something, if that's the way you want to call it. But it's like changing your thinking patterns and around that too. So it is to not necessarily sacrificing anything or giving it up. It's just, okay, this is where I'm wanting to go, so I need to put more energy into this right now and not into that. That's all it is. So it's changing the way you're thinking and feeling about that even. And then we have the Hierophant that's come through. And, you know, the Hierophant is about, you know, that search for spiritual meaning. And I do feel like this journey, this story, this new endeavour is going to supply that for you, okay? Because this really is a journey where whatever we go into or begin that's new, there are going to be things that are going to come up for us, that are going to challenge us. You know, whether it's, you see, it's like there's going to be highs and lows, you know, in every which way, like whether it be income coming in, whether it, you know, like financially, whether it be emotional stuff, like through the challenges that brings up stuff for you. It's just going to bring a lot of learning, you know, a lot of spiritual awakening and learning within you on a deeper level. Actually, I wasn't going to shuffle that, but I just did. So, and this has come out. Okay, so, okay, and this card is the Four of Cups, and it's discontent. And so there's something, you know, there's you know, this person sitting under the tree and feeling a little bit discontented about things, but I do feel that's around like some of the challenges that are coming up, and then you may go into this space of thinking, overthinking again, like, you know, oh, I wish I was doing this or this or this or that, and that's what I used to, but I have to do this now. So it's like switching that mindset, because and that's what this energy will bring for you. So I just, on that one, I just want to like draw a card from my Archangel Michael deck. Oh, and here, okay, which is kind of like in line. Okay, so this is what he's saying: fix yourself first and foremost, and teach others how you did it, but keep on being it. So I just feel like it goes back to this. It's like, you know, this is the old you, or the one you coming out of you, learning, you know, too, and being in that process of, you know, that change. So yeah, and that kind of like brings that all together pretty much, as what this endeavour or the spiritual, this journey will bring through for you, or help you work through. Okay, Archangel Raphael. Okay, so allow yourself to learn something new, do something different, create your own thing. And this is what this is about you, obviously, and this whole journey, which is this journey that's going to take you on this spiritual, that you're going to find a lot of spiritual meaning from, and get a spiritual awakening or spiritual learning or teaching out of it. Beautiful. Wow. It's actually very, very exciting, isn't it? It's just changing that energy. It's like, even though it can be pets, okay, pets, I'm going to take it. So some of you may have some pets out there that may be unwell, or maybe a part of the endeavour that you may be thinking about how that's going to affect them, you know, but putting it out there, you know, it's like finding a way to work around it, to take them with you or move them with you. It may be that, you know, there are some decisions to be made about pets and doing the best and the right thing for them. Coming from, and like, I do feel like some of you, whatever is going on, with whoever can connect with the pets in there, it's about, doing the right thing or the best thing, and saying the right thing for the greater good of the pets and yourself, at the end of the day. And some of you may actually, as you're going through this month or this story, it's maybe that there are pets that come to you as well, that will help you through this process. But look at your pets, because I know from my experience, my pets have helped me heaps through lots of things throughout my lives. with the many pets that I've had come into my life, and have had to let them go to heaven. Okay, secret is the next card that come up. So sometimes I'm hearing that sometimes we need to keep stuff to ourselves. So if we want to call it a secret, and sometimes like ideas and and thoughts around certain things, and then other times it's about knowing what and when during this time you can tell people and hold close to yourself as well, because not always do we have to share everything with people. Some of it's really meant for just for us, and you'll know what I mean by that, those of you who can resonate with this part of the reading. Okay. Yeah, and some secrets are left best, like I'm hearing for some of you, some secrets are best left a secret. And because I'm hearing like surprise birthdays with that as well. Of course, you want to keep that a secret, but I feel like for some of you, yeah, it's like maybe you're finding it hard to keep the secret. I would say that, but whatever that secret is for you, it's about you do, like it's whatever it means to you. But there's something to do with the secret for some of you. So it's about choosing for you what sits right for you, not what sits right for everybody else. So keeping that in mind, okay? Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with love, peace, harmony, and joy. And if you would like an extension, this extended on this reading, or like a brand new reading, of course, your own personal reading, you can make contact with me via my Facebook page, or send me an email. My contact details are on my YouTube page. Our channel is on the box below. If you're watching this on Facebook, it's in the box above. And anyway, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel or my Facebook page if you haven't already. Yeah, leave a comment, a thumbs up or a like. That would be cool. Anyway, bye for now.